time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever adventuring through the rainforest at the Butterfly Palace. And Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning. It is Tuesday. Here we are, and here we go. So let's get started with news.
All right. A chase in broad daylight ended with a runaway driver crashing into a tow truck and a light pole at Sunshine and Kansas Expressway. This was yesterday afternoon after drivers called police to report the car was driving the wrong way on West Bypass, which is terrifying coming into oncoming traffic. Springfield police tried to stop him. He kept going, so then Greene County gave chase. Eventually, he crashed. Police arrested him and took him to the hospital. No one else was hurt. Shoplifting at an O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is interesting. Happened in the St. Louis area, and a man died.
Kansas
City area, yeah. A man died, the suspected shoplifter in the incident. Now a 39-year-old O'Reilly employee is charged with murder. Two men walked into the store in Kansas City. Yes, Kansas City. Started stealing items. Store employees confronted him, and then a fight ensued outside the store. A 23-year-old man was killed by strangulation. So now the O'Reilly employee is facing a second-degree murder charge.
Wow. That's wild.
That is intense, and man, trying to do the right thing. But yeah, now looks like the murder charge is there.
Yeah, that's a scary deal. Missouri judge has rewritten ballot summary language regarding abortion, changing it from what the Missouri Attorney General had written to appear on constitutional amendments on the ballot. The Cole County judge changed the language, the amendment, to say the amendment would establish the, quote, right to make decisions about reproductive health care, including abortion and contraception, end quote. Those words replace what the AG had written, asking voters if they want to, quote, allow for dangerous, unregulated, and unrestricted abortions, end quote. Abortion activists want voters to make abortion a constitutional right in the state of Missouri. That could end up going to voters on the ballot. The Pittsburgh Steelers made an unscheduled stop in Kansas City early Monday morning, not for a game, but because they had problems with their plane. The emergency landing happened after their Monday night football game. They won in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Then, on the way home, there was an oil pressure failure in one of the plane's engines. So, down in Kansas City they went. They landed safely, and then they flew home on another plane.
Bass Pro Shops is opening another store in Arizona. The new store is planned for Tucson and should open later next year. There are currently 171 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela stores across North America. So fun for them to be expanding again. All right.
I think our son is on a mission to visit every single one of them.
That's the truth. Oh my goodness.
Like numerous times.
It's out of control.
We were in Kansas City.
He will stay in Bass Pro in the aisle for hours at a time looking at fishing gear.
We were in Kansas City for a couple of weekends ago for both days of the weekend, and he had games on both days. So, and right by the games, the Legends area near the Speedway, there is that big Cabela's. So he said, Dad, day one, Saturday, Dad, can we go to Bass Pro? That Cabela's over there. We go there every time we're there. So I was like, yeah, we can go there, buddy. Let's go. So we went, and he hung out there. I sat in a boat, and he walked around and looked at all of the fishing stuff. We got a couple of things. And then literally the next day, we finished soccer, and he's like, Dad, can we go to the Cabela's? And I said, we were literally there yesterday. And he said, I know. And I said, well, you want to go back there? And he said, yeah. So we went back, and I sat in a different boat.
Actually, I talked to you when you were sitting in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
At Bass Pro. Because I called to see how everything was going. And I was like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm sitting in a boat at Bass Pro.
It was a comfortable boat. So could have been worse.
Well, look who's up dark and early. And here's this.
What's he doing up? Oh, is he showing off his... We got that there. Right, buddy? Who's the greatest dad in the world? Can he even hear me?
he can't hear you, but he's
okay.
Yeah. All right, go. Anyway, that's hilarious.
We got him that there. He wanted that.
That's maybe why we live in Springfield. He's going to become a professional fisherman and work for Bass Pro someday.
I hope it pays off.
Do they have that thing? We'll have to ring Johnny Morris. Do they have professional fishermen? I mean, I know that they supply professional fishermen, but do they employ them? All right. Now to this. The Sculpture Walk in Springfield is adding video. This is kind of cool. Starting next month, a piece of video art will be on display in the alley behind the Landers Theater and Hotel Vandevort in downtown Springfield. So that's really cool. The video art will be displayed from sunset until midnight in the alley. The art walk will change every month from this October through September of next year.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I'd like to see what it looks like. And then I wouldn't mind seeing what it is every month. That'd be cool.
I know it is cool because it's for an artist. That would be a really cool get, like to be able to be displayed like that. And in lights, I mean, other art you can't see at night, but people walk through there. I don't know. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah, well, we're fans of video. Half our lives has been on video. So
there you go.
I'm a fan. Taco John's. You're a fan of Taco John's, right?
Yeah. So it's funny because whenever I saw that Taco John's was coming to Missouri, I, of course, had to text my friend Julie, who was flipping out via text because she likes their potato olays. And I didn't grow up with a Taco John's, but I grew up with a Taco Bueno. So there was a time where she was like, no, you're missing it. And Taco John's is the way. So we went and it was fantastic.
I don't remember that. I think I remember going there, but did I eat there? Did I go get Jack in the Box tacos?
You probably, knowing you probably went and got Jack in the Box tacos.
Well,
but honestly, Julie and I made a trip to Oklahoma, to Tulsa, I think, without you. And we might have gone on a weekend where we were like on a girls only trip. I'm not sure, but I don't know if you went with us or not. But the potato olays are those little like kind of like a hash brown potato, except for small, and they're very well seasoned.
Yeah, I don't know.
You would appreciate them, sir. I know you would.
I probably would, but I thought we went there on a football weekend when we went with Clay and Julie, but maybe not. Okay. At any rate,
they're coming to Missouri. Taco John's. Woohoo!
maybe. Don't get too excited. They're looking at opening some restaurants in Missouri. The Mexican fast food chain is specifically looking at St. Louis for its first Missouri locations. There's apparently no hurry because if this ends up happening, the very first Taco John's in Missouri won't open until late next year or early 2025. So you might as well drive to Kansas or wherever we got those things. St. Louis Cardinals third baseman is now an investor in a drink company. Nolan Arenado is throwing his money and support behind Yerba brands out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They make plant-based energy drinks with natural caffeine, 0 calories, and 0 sugar. They're also vegan and gluten-free. So, I don't know. I hope he has better luck with his off-season business than he did this year with the Cardinals, is all I'm going to say.
That's interesting. Okay. I'll have to give that a try. All right. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, get ready for ads to start showing up when you watch a movie or a TV show. The ads will start next year unless you want to pay extra to not see them for an additional $3 per month. You can stay ad free.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know. I almost wish we'd go back to cable and everybody have the same thing. Everybody have the same channels, because there's all the streaming services. Now they're starting to.
Do you think we'll go back? Here's the thing. Everything seems to be cyclical, even in this modern technology world. Have you noticed that some things revert back? It seems.
Of course.
So
yeah, everything does.
It's just interesting to see if we will revisit cable.
Yeah, we do everything over again because a convection oven, an air fryer is a convection oven.
Right.
A pressure cooker is, what do we call those things now that make them sound cool?
Instant Pot.
Instapot.
Instapot. Yeah.
Instapots. It's a pressure
Yeah.
cooker that my grandma used to use without
Right.
the digital stuff.
90
So yeah,
years ago.
we're going to go back to cable, and we're going to call it something hip and cool, but it'll basically be the same thing, where everything, you have access to everything, because right now it's a pain in the butt to have to click on different stuff, to have a different password and login for every single thing, and then to not have some stuff. It's a mess. So I say we're going to go back somehow. I don't know what it'll look like. This is neat. Former President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalind made a surprise appearance at an annual event in their hometown down in Georgia. They rode. They weren't there for long, and they didn't do much, but given their age, that's understandable. They rode in an SUV through the Plains Peanut Festival. They had the windows down, and there were people who thought it was them and waved at them and saw them. The former president will turn 99 on October 1st, so right around the corner, next week. They've been married for 77 years, making them the longest ever married couple for a first couple by far, and making him the oldest living president ever. And I can't imagine who's going to break his record.
Goodness gracious, 77 years married.
Married, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. All right, we'll end with this. Some good news of the day. This is a really cool surprise for some workers at a restaurant. This happened in Utah. A group of about 20 people had dinner at a Mexican restaurant and then asked the owner to call the employees together. And then gave them a tip of $10,000 in $100 bills.
Cash.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's
cash.
amazing.
So some of the people in the group make a habit of giving $1,000 tips, apparently, but they joined together to bless the workers with 10 grand that night.
That's cool. I love stories like that. Wouldn't it be, how great would it feel to be able to give people that kind of money? That
yes.
That would just be cool. I mean, I think if you can do that, do it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we've been able to do that on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And it is really cool.
It's very rewarding. And the people, they're so grateful. It's a bless. They've been praying for that. They've been praying for help in some way. And you become the conduit for the help. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it is really awesome.
And a very much smaller scale than that.
Yeah. Well, much smaller, yes, than $10,000 gift to one singular person. Yeah. But I mean, nonetheless,
we're working toward it. I'd like to work my way up.
It's impactful for sure.
It is. So, absolutely.
And by the way, don't let that, I mean, I would never want to discourage someone from giving $5, So anyway, it's just cool to be a conduit to help people. So,
yep.
All right, everybody, have a great Tuesday, and we'll hopefully see you back here tomorrow morning.
All right. Don't forget Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather coming up. Check it out.
All right. Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
And good morning to everybody. It is Tuesday, September 26th somehow, and we are now dealing with a whole lot of nice weather from the forecast for the next stretch of days. I have one opportunity for rain and storms. It arrives late tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we're dry for the rest of the week. So pretty nice weather-wise in the Ozarks. This morning, we are waking up at about 58 degrees. It's comfortable this morning. We're heading to the mid-80s, though, so it will end up being maybe a bit on the warm side. Dress for summertime by this afternoon because it'll get hot out there later this afternoon, and I'm expecting that we hold on to this pattern kind of day after day. Sun and warmth, the overarching theme of the forecast this week. I have temperatures that start out very comfortable each morning, upper 50s, low 60s, and then we warm up into the mid 80s pretty much each and every afternoon. More sunshine in store for us, a whole lot of that this afternoon. I have more of that on the way as we head into the rest of the week. There's not even going to be a whole lot in the way of cloud cover. We see some of that develop late tonight in some of our northeastern counties with a small chance for rain and storms, but then not a whole lot in the way of rain chances for the rest of the 7-day forecast, and there won't be much cloud cover for the mid and end of the work week either. That chance for rain that exists tonight, it's only about a 20 to 30% chance. It is not going to be a soaker, and I really think the best chances for rain are actually going to stay far to our north. So up in central Missouri, that's the best opportunity for rain and storms tonight. If you're in our northeastern counties, though, we're talking Lake of the Ozarks back through Rolla, you have a chance for some rain. Even then, it's only about a 30% chance for rain. And I think that happens after dark tonight. It's over by tomorrow morning. So we are not talking about a long-lived event here at all. Few nighttime showers and thunderstorms, no severe weather in this forecast. You don't have to worry about that. And then tomorrow, we'll hold on to some of the clouds from that system, especially in those northeastern counties. A few showers will be possible in the morning to the northeast of Springfield. Then it's sunny and we're heating up into the mid 80s again. That's going to be the forecast on Wednesday. By Thursday, everybody's mostly sunny. And once again, we're talking about those mid 80s holding strong. There may be a few areas that get into the upper 80s too. Of course, we've been talking about drought conditions, dry ground for many places across the Ozarks, places that have not seen a whole lot of rain. So those of you that got the soaking rain over the weekend west of Highway 65, you're probably going to stay in the mid 80s today, whereas places that remained dry could be closer to the upper 80s. And then we are talking about another extended period of dry time here. My extended forecast does not have a whole lot of rainfall in it. In fact, tonight's the best shot, and it's only for our northeastern counties, and even then, only about a 30% chance for some showers and thunderstorms. So on your Tuesday, 85 degrees for the high temperature. The winds will be comfortable, pretty light, about 5 miles an hour, and out of the west today. That small chance for rain, best to the northeast of Springfield overnight tonight, as I mentioned. A few clouds in the morning on Wednesday. That will give way to full sunshine. Then I've got sunny skies and 85 degrees in the forecast each and every day from there on out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think about 85 degrees and sunny. A nice dry stretch of weather. If you need a good dry stretch for a painting project, an outdoor project, something like that before the real fall temperatures hit and the leaves start blowing around all over, take advantage of this week because I think most remain dry and temps are comfortable for the rest of the work week forecast. Around the country, the weather is very active. That atmospheric river making headlines for the Pacific Northwest. Wet and windy in Washington, Idaho, portions of Oregon, Northern California, seeing this really kind of unsettled pattern. A couple inches of rainfall there are going to result in a few flooding headlines for our friends in the Pacific Northwest. It's also a really wet week down in Florida. I mean, every single day they are talking about some sort of rain chance. 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, pretty much expected widespread across the state this week. It is an unsettled pattern down there. And then the southwestern portion of the country and the Central Plains, we're feeling more like summertime. We're in the mid 80s here in the Ozarks this week. We're talking 90s back in portions of Texas. I mean, it is still feeling like summertime for many of our friends down to the south and west. All right, here is that wake up weather brain twister question that I left you with yesterday. I'll have the answer. Yesterday's question: what is William Shakespeare's shortest play? And the options were A, The Comedy of Errors, B, Hamlet, or C, Timon of Athens. If you guessed A, you are correct. Word count there is like 15,000, and I think the longest is Hamlet at over 33,000. So A, the correct answer today. Congrats if you guessed it correctly. If you didn't get that one, here's another shot. Your wake up weather brain twister question this morning is this: Abraham Lincoln was the champion, or was a champion, I should say, in which sport? What do you think? Do you think he was A, a wrestler, B, a boxer, C, archery, or D, axe throwing? Abraham Lincoln, which sport do you think he championed? I will have the answer early tomorrow morning, but you can take a guess. Do that over on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. I'll have the answer for you early tomorrow morning. And I expect that we're going to have pretty nice conditions through the afternoon. So get out, enjoy it. Have a lovely Tuesday. I will chat with you early tomorrow morning. And if you need detailed weather information all day long, make sure you check out www.aroundtheozarks.com. Have a great day.